Good morning, everyone. Something's wrong with Ashiba. She's been like that since I got home from work last night. She's laying on the floor, which she never lays on the floor. She always lays on a chair, the couch, the bed, a pillow. She's laying on the floor, looking weird, and I put her in the bed. I tried to give her cat treats, and she didn't want cat treats at all. And she just lays here, and she won't open her eyes all the way. I'm getting worried. She's 21 years old. She's breathing. I don't know what to do. I'm really scared. So, I have a problem because I was supposed to go with my parents at 11 today to see my cousin that's sick in the hospital with cancer. And I want to see my cousin and my cat when I got home. Like, when I left, she was walking around doing her regular meowing like crazy, like she always does. I gave her cat treats because I had her locked in the back. Well, I didn't have her. My husband locked her in the back. He locks her in the back of the house because he doesn't want to be bothered with her. And so most of the day she's locked in the back and she's really quiet. But I just thought because she'd been fed, she's just, sometimes when she's being fed, she's just like, I have no use for you anymore. I have no use. So I, thought she was just being quiet because she didn't have any use for us. So I let her out before I was going to work. And I gave her a cat treat. She was meowing, doing her regular meowing like crazy. I gave her a bunch of cat treats and I pet her on the head. And I went to work. When I got home at like 12:20 a.m., normally when I get home, she's either sitting on the couch. Ugh, I have cat hair in my mouth. She's usually sitting on the couch or one of the two chairs. And she wasn't sitting on either one of them. And usually when I open the door, she greets me. When the couch used to be next to the window, she used to look out the window when she heard the car pull up and meow at us as we were walking up to the house, like, you're home, you're home. But now that the couch is away from the window, she would just wait until we opened the door and start meowing at us. And she wasn't there, and I was like, that's weird. And so I went looking for her. She wasn't in the back in her room, sleep on her pillow. She wasn't in my studio, sleep on the pillow or in the futon. Well, not futon, but the bowl chair. And I found her in our room, and she was laying in the bed. And I thought, oh, I guess she's just taking a nap. So I picked her up, and I was like, hey, I'm home. She's starting to try to get up a little. No, maybe not. I was just like, hey, I'm home. And I picked her up and I was hugging her and stuff. But she seemed really lethargic and I put her in her favorite chair. And me and my husband made something to eat, some pizza, heated up some pizza. Usually when we come home late at night and want to eat something, she tries to eat our food. Like, she'll jump on the couch and like be swatting at our food and trying to like grab our hands and pull the food away from our mouth into her mouth. And she wasn't doing none of that. And she just kind of like jumped out of the chair, but in like a weird lethargic way, and walked away. And I was like, she doesn't want our food. That's so weird. So after like an hour, I went to go look for her and she's just laying on the floor. And she doesn't sleep on the floor at all, like at all, except for when she's sick. So about like, was it 2 years ago? She got really sick. I woke up one morning and she couldn't like walk. She couldn't use her hind legs. And she was really sick, and I took her to an emergency vet, and they said because I never got her spayed, she got this thing that happens to cats that aren't spayed, where her uterus fills up with fluid, and they said they also detected cancer. And he told me that they did all these tests, these really expensive tests, and I put them on my credit card like I do when there's an emergency. And they did all these really expensive tests, and they told me that basically she wouldn't last for another, like, they said they gave her like 3 weeks, and they suggested I put her to sleep. And I didn't put her to sleep. I started researching people to put her to sleep because I wanted to put her to sleep at home. But I was really upset and crying. I didn't want to put her to sleep. And the emergency vet I took her to, like, 2 years before that, I took her brother to it because, like, a week before my wedding, I came home from church and he was acting like he couldn't breathe or walk. And I took him in there, and they wouldn't let me be in the room while they worked on him, and I could hear him screaming for like hours. And then they were just like, "Oh, your cat had a heart attack," and just gave him to me in a garbage bag. And the guy was really insensitive. So the same guy that had her 2 years later, it was the same guy, and he just really wasn't. I was crying and all upset, and he just, I guess because he's an emergency vet and he sees all the time, but he wasn't very comforting. And I just didn't trust him. So I took her to her regular vet, and they gave her some antibiotics and stuff, and they gave her some pain medicine, so, like, 'cause to manage her pain. And they told me to let them know if I want them to put her to sleep or if I want to have someone come out to the house. And so I was mulling over when I should do that, and then she just got up. Like, she couldn't walk at all for like a week and a half, and she just got up and just ran down the hall like full speed. And I was just like, what was that? And then she just kept doing it, and then she was just running around and acting like she normally do, jumping on things. And so then I took her back to the vet because she had like a follow-up appointment for like in a week to like have her put down. And they tested her vitals and everything, like everything's fine, nothing's wrong with her anymore. And I was like, wow. And I was like, we don't know what the emergency vet was saying. We went and looked over his tests and his scans, and our scans and our tests say that she's totally fine. And they were like, maybe, sometimes that happens to animals. They seem like they're about to die, and our tests say that they're gonna die. And then they have a miraculous recovery. They said that she probably just had a miraculous recovery. And that, just keep an eye on her. And then 2 years later, I'm just like, she's still alive. And I was kind of mad at the emergency vet because I was like, he basically scared me really bad. So now she's 21, and I come home, and she's like this, like, she won't eat any cat treats, and she loves cat treats. I'm worried it's because I switched cat treats. Because, like, it's the same brand and company, but I switched flavors. Normally she eats cheese and chicken, but I switched to catnip flavored cat treats. And she's been eating those for like a week and a half. So it's not like she's high or anything. There's something wrong. And she won't get up. And it's like in the morning. John left for work. Normally in the morning, like, she, you saw the video where she was standing on my chest. Normally she paws at my face until I wake up and feed her. She meows and pulls at my face like every morning until I get up and feed her. And she has not done that. She's just laying there. And her stomach keeps making these weird sounds. It's doing it now. But I'm like, I have this weird dilemma because I was telling my husband I need to take her to the vet, and I'm not going to be able to go visit my cousin before work, and I might not even be able to go to work because I don't want her to die alone. Because my biggest regret was when her brother died. Like, they wouldn't let me go back there, and I could hear him screaming for me. And he died around strangers, and he didn't die with me. And like, her brother, she's like that too. Her and her brother, they were born under my bed in my house, and they always like really loving and affectionate to me. No, she rolled over. And they act like I'm their mommy, because their mommy kind of just like kept having kittens. And after she had them, she had like another litter of kittens really shortly after. She basically didn't want them around anymore. And so I became their new mommy. And I felt like I wasn't there for him when he was passing away. And I don't want to not be there for her when she's passing away. I don't want to, like, leave and go visit my cousin. Like, my cousin's really sick, too. My cousin's, like, really, really sick. And I'm afraid about that, too. Like, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know what to do. It's like my cousin's a human. And she's my cousin. And I don't want to not see my cousin. And my cousin, this might be, because I don't know, I have 2 jobs. I don't know what my schedule's. I could maybe see her tomorrow, but I have a plumber coming by tomorrow. And what happens if I don't get to see my cousin and my cousin passes away? It's my cousin. What happens if with my schedule, like, I never find any free time? My cousin passes away, and she's my cat. And my husband's like, it's just a cat. But she's my family, too. Bathsheba's my family, too. So I have, like, this situation where I'm trying to figure out. The vet opens at 9. I was going to call them. But I'm, like, trying to figure out, should I bring her to the vet and miss seeing my cousin? Or should I don't know. I don't want the cat to die on her own. I don't want to just leave her here. She's acting like she's sick. And I don't want to leave her here and go to work and she die here on her own by herself, like Fluffy did, around strangers or just by herself. But I want to visit my cousin, too. I don't know what to do. Her stomach keeps making these weird sounds. I'm just thinking maybe she just has an upset stomach. Maybe I'm overreacting, but she won't get up. Like, she's acting like she can't walk again. She lifted her head just a tiny bit. I think her head is on her paw. I don't know. So the vet opens in 30 minutes. They might not even let me bring her in. They might tell me to take her to the emergency vet. I don't trust the emergency vet for some reason. I just got a bad feeling about them. I'm going to try to see if she wants to eat cat food. I'm going to shake the cat food in front of her. Normally when I do that, she gets all excited, like, meow, meow, and runs around. So maybe she'll, if she does. But if she doesn't, I got to take her to the vet. But I don't know. I feel like my whole family's going to be mad at me. Because they don't understand. I don't know what to do. Like, I really don't know what to do today. Like, I really want to go visit my cousin. This is not the cat you've been seeing all month. Her tail is down. I just fed her and she just stood in front of it and looked at it. And now she just walked away. What's that? She just walked away and she meowed, but it was like a really pitiful meow. At least she's drinking. I'm gonna call the vet. I love you, Bathsheba. Okay, so my sister thinks I should wait because every time I take her to the vet, it costs more than when I go to the doctor or go to the hospital. My sister says she might not be that sick as I think she is. She might just be having a bad day. But she won't eat. I put food in her tray. She just stared at it. Now she's in my studio, which is what she did the last time she got sick. She just slept in my studio and wouldn't leave it. I put her sick kitty pillow out, but she don't want to sleep on it. Yeah, she's just standing around. Let's see if she get on her sick kitty pillow. You okay? So, yeah, she's getting on her sick kitty pillow. Uh-oh. You okay? I'm gonna help you. So yeah, my sister says she doesn't think I should take off work. just to take a cat to the vet. And she thinks I should visit my cousin. She thinks that, like, I could take her to the vet and she could just be having an off day. And that, you know, I'll end up spending a whole lot of money and she's just having an off day because she's old. But my sister's also worried about, like, what happens if I go to work and go see my cousin and I come home and she died by herself. And she said, "You'll never forgive me because I told you to just go on." And I'll forgive her, but I feel sad because I don't want Toshiba to die without me here with her. I don't know if she's about to die. I can't tell, but she's not acting like herself. Like just now, she couldn't lift her hind legs to get onto her pillow, and then when I went to pick up her hind legs to put them on the pillow, she let out this meow like something hurt. And it's like, tomorrow I have someone come in to put in the vanity we bought in the second bathroom. And I've been waiting for that for like 2 years. And the whole house just smells like mildew. It's like our house smells so bad. It smells like cat pee because she won't go in the litter box anymore. That's been going on for like a year. She goes around the litter box, so we put puppy pee pads around the litter box, and she goes on them, and we just throw away the pee pads. But it makes our house smell like pee and poo. And then also because the pipes are broken in the second bathroom, and like it's totally like black mold all over the old vanity and sink combination. It's like the whole house smells like mildew. Like right now I'm in my studio and it smells straight up like mildew. And my studio is like a whole like room away from that bathroom. But I think they share some type of wall with the pipes or something. But I don't know. I'm gonna pay a bill and then I'm going to, I don't know, I'm scared. It's like the other option could be I could take her to the vet and then bring her home and then go like relieve my parents at 3 and sit with my cousin from 3 to 5, and my sister's supposed to come at 6 to sit with my cousin. And I gotta be at work at 6, so I'll probably have to leave at 5 to get there at 6. Like that's the other option. But I feel like if I take her to the vet, it's probably gonna take a lot longer than I think. I feel like if I take her to the vet, if it is serious, I'm going to end up taking off from work. And my mom and my sister think it's silly to take off of work for an animal, to lose money for an animal. I don't know. She's breathing, but she's breathing kind of funny. She's just not being her normal talkative self. Sheba, I love you.